Well, hello, and a very warm welcome back to the Andrew Eborn Show. And speaking of the background, we have the wonderful Aline Waites. It's really your show, and I just come along occasionally and hold the horses before you mount them and gallop off into the distance.
Oh my God. Who's going to gallop into the distance?
I don't know. This is the Aline Waites Show.
I'm frightened. Oh, I see. All right. Well, look, can I give you...
Right? And we're talking about getting the credits right. Dame Carol Ann Duffy, who was the Poet Laureate from 2009, resigned in 2019, 10 years of that. She's Professor of Contemporary Poetry at Manchester Metropolitan University, no less. And we thought in our poetry corner, we've done some Dorothy Parker, we've done a wonderful poet by the name of Aline Waites. And we thought we'd have a bit of Carol Ann Duffy.
Carol Ann Duffy. And this one is Mrs. Rip Van Winkle. So you know who Rip Van Winkle was?
I don't know much about his missus, though, so let's find out.
Okay. This is quite fun.
RVP.
Right. I sank like a stone into the still deep waters of late middle age, aching from head to foot. I took up food and gave up exercise. It did me good. And while he slept, I found some hobbies for myself. Painting, seeing the sights I'd always dreamed about. The Leaning Tower, the pyramids, the Taj Mahal. I made a little watercolor of them all. But what was best, what hands down beat the rest, was saying a none too fond farewell to sex. Until the day I came home with this pastel of Niagara, and he was sitting up in bed rattling Viagra. Yeah.
Glorious. There you go. Dame Carol Ann Duffy. And she was born in Glasgow. So smile at her. Yeah, born in Glasgow.
I don't know terribly about it. I tell you what I just did, you see. You said, do something modern, you see. So I just put my hand up and grabbed something.
Just grab something modern. But this is what I love with shine a spotlight. I mean, Poet Laureate, people should know who the Poet Laureate is. I think that's wonderful.
Yes.
I can tell you her birthday is on the 23rd of December. So a couple of days before Christmas.
Yeah,
I always feel a bit sorry for people whose birthdays around sort of Christmas time, because people always double up on the presents, don't they?
No, my mother had her birthday on Christmas Eve. So we always had a party and everyone bought two presents. One for her on Christmas Eve and one for her on Christmas Day, because it was her birthday.
Excellent. Well, that's very generous.
So she was okay, but then she was a tough cookie, as you probably gathered by now.
No mere child till the age of 7. Absolutely, I can imagine. So did you have a tough upbringing? Were you tough as a kid?
No, not at all. No, was she tough? No. She was so busy with the ARP, darling. I was little. And she used to go and scrub out houses for people who got bombed out near the docks, because my father had an office down by the docks, and he and it was a terribly rough part off Hessel Road, where the office was, and they all got bombed out. They all bombed, because that's where they bomb you. They bomb people in the thing, and nobody was allowed to talk about it. It was never in the press, because Hull was such an important place, and the press were not allowed to know. That's why they concentrated on Coventry instead, because they was about the same time. So Coventry got all the press, and Hull was ignored, which made everybody very angry.
It's weird, because people say when you're sent to Coventry, you're not then ignored. So it's obviously, I reckon that was Hull.
Yes, Hull. Go to Hull and you're ignored. Yes. Yes.
Well, I love discovering and introducing new artists and poets and culture.
Yes.
But Dame Carol Ann Duffy, I'm a wonderful Poet Laureate, bringing her shining a bit of spotlight, because not everybody sees these bits of the art. And
a lot of people
program, it's
don't,
really good to shine a spotlight on whether it's a different aspect for music, or whether it's a different aspect for fashion, or a different aspect for poetry, all of these things, and we can enjoy that and celebrate in a glorious
I tell you something, my mad son, you know, I have a crazy son, and he doesn't believe in lyrics. He thinks that lyrics spoil the song. Now, in my book, it's the lyrics that make the song, you know. So we had quite an argument about that the other day, because I'm a lyric writer, as you probably know.
I know you are. Well, one of my guests was Olga Thomas, the fantastic Russian composer. And Sir Tim Rice was going to write, as she tells me, some words for one of her compositions. She writes special presents for the royal family. She has written for the dynasty, the Kirk Douglas dynasty. She's written special compositions for Peter Falk, Columbo. And one particular composition, she said that Sir Tim Rice approached her and said he was going to write some words for it, but thought it wouldn't be appropriate because some compositions can be without lyrics. So your son is sometimes right, but other things are often greatly enhanced with the lyrics.
Yeah. And I remember when we wrote a song for Spanish Revenge for the young boy, talking about being 21, you know, and one of those jolly songs. And the person who played it at one point, because there are lots of people who played all the parts in Spanish Revenge, obviously, because we've done it lots of times. And he did an audition, and he rang Jeff Clark and said, "Do you mind if I use your tune to sing for the audition?" And Jeff said, "Yes, of course." He never rang me and said, "Can I use your words?" You know? Isn't that funny?
Well, it is strange, isn't it? But you need, for every Elton John, you need a Bernie Taupin.
Yes, absolutely. Of course. So
and
many people.
Lennon and McCartney.
And of course, Lawrence Hart was the star of all, you know. I mean, he was the poet of Broadway.
Yeah.
And
you
so
work.
That was why we did so many of them.
People about collaboration and how they do that, but and some people do both. Lennon and McCartney, you can do both. You know, you work on that basis and you share it amongst the group.
Cole Porter did both, yes.
And work on that sort of principle. But I love Dame Carol Ann Duffy. We'll have more from her.
She's good. Yes. Do you want more?
We'll have one more next time, but for now, Aline,
right, darling. Yes, well, I've got one. It's a bit longer, but it's very funny, I think.
We'll look for what's it called for people watching next time?
It's called Little Red Cap.
Little Red Cap. We'll join. There's a pattern here, isn't there? Rip Van Winkle with his nightcap and Little Red Cap coming up next time.
Little Red Cap. It's Red Riding Hood, a sort of modern version of Red Riding Hood.
See you next time.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So thank you again to Aline Waites and introducing some people to Dame Carol Ann Duffy. I know lots of you know her work already, but we like to, on this show, shine a spotlight on different areas of the arts and business and various other things as well. If you have suggestions for areas that could benefit from the Andrew Eborn spotlight, do let me know. Write to me at guests@Andrew Eborn or guest@octopustv.com, and you can follow me at Andrew Eborn @OctopusTV and subscribe, all the usual channels. But for me, for now, thank you again for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.